let me explain how and why I do and say the things I do, all right? First of all, I'm not a hateful person at all, generally speaking. I don't hate gay people. I don't hate trans people. I don't hate. There's a lot of groups I don't hate. Generally speaking, I don't hate. Hate really doesn't usually serve much of a purpose. There are times when it can be useful, of course. Uh, Good, bad emotions. I don't believe that. There's just how you act upon them. So I don't have hate. But at the same time, I'm not going to put my tail between my legs and run away when somebody presents me with fire. No, I'm going to go grab a torch, light it up, and I'm going to fight fire with fire. Okay? That's how I look at things, and I look at the way that the left in America acts and how they take advantage of good, hardworking, oftentimes conservative Americans or people who think they're conservative, or people who are actually liberal-minded as opposed to what they are, which is just a bunch of nut jobs. And they take advantage of those people's kindness. They take advantage of those people not wanting to supposedly stoop to their level, which is absurd. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? I don't want to stoop to your level. I mean, you punch me in the face, I'm not going to punch you back because I don't want to stoop to your level. No. Now, if you're provocative, I'm going to be provocative too, okay? Now, it can get punished because, as we all know, there's a leftist bias all over every little bit of social media out there. Meanwhile, if a conservative is also provocative but tells the truth instead of spreading the propaganda, the lies that the left spreads, but does it in a way that is provocative, bye-bye! You're out of there. But I refuse. I refuse to bow down and be some simp wimp. Show my belly to you, my fat belly. Oh, here, kick me. I'm going to lie on the ground and let you kick me in my gut, right? Yeah, I refuse to be that kind of person. I refuse. Yes, I'm a philosopher, but that doesn't mean I always take myself too seriously. It also doesn't mean that I won't stoop to your level. Stooping to your level is sometimes a very good thing. I don't believe in this. Oh, well, this is always wrong. You can't do that. It's wrong. Yeah, if that was the case, we never would have bombed Japan, and we would have lost a lot more people. We would have lost another 500,000 Americans fighting the Japs when we tried to invade their island, and they would have fought tooth and nail. The little kids would have been running around with friggin' swords. The babies would have had guns. I mean, they would have fought like banshees to defeat us, every single citizen of Japan. So, it's wrong. Oh, you killed all those poor innocent women and children and babies with those nukes. Yeah. They started the war, remember? Okay? And let's be honest here. I have some in-group preference, which isn't allowed anymore if you're white. But back then it was still allowed. So, yeah, instead of losing 500,000 of my family, yeah, I'm willing to sacrifice 500,000 of yours, okay? In a war that, by the way, you started. But if we went by the kind of conservative mumbo-jumbo that these conservatives spout nowadays, can't stoop to their level. No. We would have lost 500,000 or another 1,000,000 instead of ending the war with just those 2 bombs. No. You say something's wrong, you bomb me, I'm going to bomb you. You drop bombs on my civilians, I'm going to drop bombs on your civilians. You see what it feels like, okay? Now let me explain something to you. These leftists that are running around, they feel they have carte blanche. And they're encouraged by the fact that everybody out there, every one of you backs down. Right? When they start yelling racist, sexist, Islamophobe, homophobe, everybody backs down and just acts like a big wimp. You said the magic words. I'm just going to put my tail between my legs and run away. No. I'm going to fight back. If you bring a big mob to my peaceful rally, well, I'm going to make sure I brought a bat with me, okay? Just in case, all right? Yeah, you don't get peace, by just turning the other cheek. No, you get peace by being prepared for war, okay? So I'm going to have a peaceful demonstration, but I'm going to bring a big fucking baseball bat just to make sure it stays peaceful. Because I know you people are nuts. And I'm going to defend myself. I'm a realist. I know how the real world works, okay? I'm not just going to hope for peace, and I'm going to reflect that hope in my preparedness, which will be 0. And then you'll whack me on the fucking head with a bike lock, and I won't remember my fucking name. No. This is the way I produce content. This is the way I approach my content production. I have the same attitude in regards to presenting the truth. These wackos, by the way, think they're presenting the truth as well. It's very interesting. But I'm actually presenting the real truth. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it in the way that they would do it. I'm going to be provocative. I'm going to get in your face. I'm going to speak the truth. And yeah, I'm going to ratchet up the, hyperbole a little bit. Yeah, maybe I'll exaggerate sometimes. So what? Look at what it takes to get your people's attention. It's pathetic. You're all just sitting around letting these leftist scumbags take over. The feminists, the homos. Yeah, you should say homosexual. No, I'm going to say homo, bitch. Because you're calling me a cracker. And you're calling me all these racist names. But I'm not going to do the same in return. Fuck you. You throw shit at me, I'm going to throw shit at you. You don't win wars by being a pacifist, people. You don't win wars by turning the other cheek. You win wars by fighting fire with fire. All right? I'm usually a very mild-mannered, well-intentioned, and my intentions are well, but I'm a very kind guy, slow to anger, in control of my emotions, but I want to portray a different message and way of delivering it when I do these shows, because I want to wake you guys up to the fact that you need to start inflicting the same kind of behavior and consequences on the left. I'm going to give you an example, okay? So, remember that one incident where that poor white kid on campus, he got accosted by some black kids, and they were harassing him, and of course they only started filming him after they had harassed the shit out of him, and he was yelling that I love white people. White people are great. We built the world. Everything he's saying is true. We built the modern world, you want to go to Africa? I saw this video the other day of some Africans trying to build a plane. They got like hundreds of people together. They couldn't build a plane. They didn't have the brain power, right? They couldn't build anything. And yet, it's not okay to say white people built the modern world, even though we did build the modern world, because the general narrative is that white people are evil. And this poor guy got attacked for that. He got attacked. You know why they could do that? No consequence. And they have no empathy. They don't know what it feels like. They don't know what it feels like to be in that situation and to have a bunch of white people coming in at them. You're evil because you're black. I'm not going to do that because I don't believe that, but I'm going to tell the truth in the same kind of in-your-face, provocative way that you did with that poor white kid. And you'd probably do with me if you had me in front of you right now. Be yelling at me, telling me that it's not okay to be white. You're evil because you're white. What? How racist is that? The correct response, honestly, is to tell these people the truth, but in the same kind of way, with the same disposition and demeanor that they're giving you. And that's what I mean when I tell people you need to fight fire with fire. You can't back down from these people. And you can't respond with this kind of, calm, cool, collected demeanor where they're throwing shit at you and shade at you and you're just, I see. Well, I would like to reply in kind, but I'm not going to stoop to your level. Okay. Well, I'll stoop to their level. You come at me with a knife, I'm going to get my knife, but I'm going to have two. Or my gun. No, I'm not. I'm not going to fight fire with fire exactly. Force with force, yeah, but I'm going to escalate it, bitch. You come at me with a knife, I'm going to have a fucking gun. You come at me with a fucking gun, I'm going to have a fucking howitzer, bitch. I'm going to get a fucking tank, okay? How do you like that? And it'll be last fucking time. You have the nerve to come at me with your lies, to come at me with your bullshit, to come at me with your propaganda, okay? And that's what people should have been doing all this time, since these wacky leftists appeared, okay? Now, before I was a kid, before I was born, around that time, if people like this had showed up on the street, they would have got the shit beat out of them. There ain't no cops being called because, for one, nobody had cell phones, but for another, they would have deserved it. That was social justice when I was a little kid, bitches. okay? You start saying you hate America and standing on a fucking street corner saying white people are evil, yeah, the crackers are gonna kick your ass. And that'll keep you in line. And that's how it should be, okay? I'm sorry. And I'm not calling for violence, by the way. I'm not calling for violence. I'm not calling for unprovoked violence. I, of course, only advocate for self-defense. But what I'm saying is that people, in their mad scramble to show how morally superior they are to these wacky, crazy leftists who are out of control, and in contrast, you all want to show how much better you are than them, so what? Hey, they don't think you're better. They already think you're evil anyway. If you're trying to prove how much better you are to your fellows, well, they already know that because you've got the truth on your side. But it's not going to win you the war. You're not going to win. Great, good, you're morally superior. You can feel morally superior with a chain around your fucking neck, swinging a fucking pickaxe and digging up coal for these lazy motherfucking socialists, okay? Because they've destroyed the country, they wrecked the country, destroyed any real industry or mechanisms to get that coal out of the fucking ground with machines. So now they need you to work as slaves for them while they live lives of leisure, as Marx called it. Oh, you were right. Okay. You got to feel right and righteous, and you got to feel better than and superior than. Now you're swinging a pickaxe at a coal mine until you die of black lung in 6 months. How do you feel now? Because you didn't want to stoop to their level. What does that mean, stoop to their level? You mean fight back? Use the same kind of tactics they're using against you? You know what that stoop to their level bullshit is? That's really just a motherfucking cop-out, a way of saying, I'm a pussy. I really don't want to put any skin in the game. I don't really want to put myself on the chopping block. I really don't want to put myself in risk or danger. I don't want to be a target. So I'm just going to use this bullshit excuse that I'm too good to stoop to your level. No, you're not. You're just a coward and a pacifist. And you're going to end up in the fucking ground after they've gotten all the manual labor out of you that they possibly could. Like the fucking Jews. Yeah, white people are the new Jews, right? We're going to end up in big fucking graves until all the leftists that take over, after we've all tucked our fucking tails between our legs, which you already have, by the way. There's just too many of you still for them to take over. But wait, just wait until they've outbred you enough, and then they can outvote you. And then before you know it, your white people are going to start losing your rights in your own motherfucking country. And then before you know it, you're going to have to wear a little star that says, I'm evil whitey. Represents that you're evil whitey anyway. And then before you know it, they're going to be busted in your door fronts and your storefronts. And, you know, then they're going to round you up in the ghettos. You think I'm... You think I'm exaggerating now? Do you really? It's happened before. You people just don't get it. An ounce of prevention can be worth a pound of fucking cure. Oh, but no, let's not prevent it. We want a virtue signal to our conservative friends and say that we're better. We don't stoop to their level. I don't know what that means. I do, really. It means you're a coward. So that is my philosophy in regards to how I present information and do my show. Okay? And some of you might think, oh, he's so hateful. He's so rude and mean. I got news for you, bitches. The world is a mean, nasty, cruel, motherfucking place. It'll put a boot heel, a jack thug boot heel on your throat and grind your throat into oblivion until your head pops off your body, okay? Reality is cruel and unkind. And these people saying, well, I'm not going to stoop to that person's level. They're simply in denial as to the nature of reality. Oh, let other people fight the threat. I'm going to be a chicken hawk motherfucker and not do a goddamn thing while advocating something should be done. Bitch, do something. And that's why I'm doing something. And that's why I make this show. And that's why I'm very, very abrasive and in your face. And yes, that's right. Fucking provocative. Gotta wake you people up. Snap my fingers, don't do it. I'll fucking sound off a bullhorn into your fucking ear while you're in bed, because most of you apparently are asleep. You don't see what's happening. So I gotta wake you the fuck up. You guys out there think feminism is the problem? No, it's what feminism represents that is the problem. All of this stuff that's going on in the world today. has the same fucking evil source. I'm trying to red pill you to that, wake you up to that, and stop all of you out there, men and maybe a handful of women that actually don't like feminism. Yeah, where are they? I'm trying to wake you up to the fact that you got to start looking at things, stop looking at things so myopically. It's a much bigger picture, and feminism is one of many tools of an enemy that wants to see you dead and fucking buried.